What's up, Falcons fans? I'm Colin.
I'm Dusty.
And we're live from training camp.
This is Hard Knocks.
Training camp is just about to get underway, so we're going to go find some Falcons fans and chat it up, but we'll see you guys later. We're going to have some fun.
Who's your favorite rookie on this team?
Right now?
Right now.
Probably my favorite rookie would be Devonta Freeman.
Matthews kid is my favorite rookie.
Desmond Southward.
Desmond Southward. Yeah, that safety. I haven't seen him play much. He was fun.
Dude, I like Freeman.
Devonta Freeman?
Yeah, I like what he brings. Like, I think he's a good addition to the backfield and just different pace and whatnot. So I like him so far.
I'd either go with Devonta Freeman or Rashid Hickman. I think Hickman's gonna be pretty good, so that's probably my pick.
I like Devonta Freeman personally.
Jake Matthews.
Probably have to be. What's the big offensive lineman we picked up in the first round?
Jake Matthews.
Jake Matthews.
What do you think our record will be this year?
We're definitely heading to the playoffs. Hopefully, somewhere around 12 to 14 wins.
Realistically, I'd say 9-7.
11-5.
Yeah, 11-5 or 10, probably 10-6.
10-6. 11-5.
Yeah.
11-5, yeah, that sounds good.
11-5. 11-5. Yeah.
And if you could pick one breakout player for this season, who would you pick?
Breakout player? Definitely Julio Jones. Being injured last season, couldn't do much for the team, but now that he stays fully healthy, he can have a big impact on our team.
Trufant.
For sure, Trufant.
Yeah, I think Trufant's going to make a name for himself this year in terms of...
I'm thinking Paul Worley this year.
That's a good call, too.
I don't know, I feel like
That's a good call.
You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of his year to command the defense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he could have a big year. I'd say Harry Douglas. If he has a good year.
I'd agree with that, too. Yeah.
Who do I think of? Who do I know? It better be Roddy White. He's paid that, so it better be Roddy White. Cool.
Oh, I got a perfect shot at it.
You look just like him. I know.
Just sit down farther down.
I do that.
What's up, Falcons fans? Falcon Planet back. And
I'm Dusty.
I'm Colin. And we're going to recap the training camp that we went to and the first 3 preseason games. We know we have one more left, but I didn't think there's any reason to wait because we're going to have another video right after that previewing the Saints game. So we'll just jump right into it. Me and Dusty went to training camp together, what, like 5-6 times?
Yeah, several days.
Yeah, so let's just show you what we got. First off, I'll show you the pictures I got signed. I got this one, which is pretty dope, with Paul Worlow. I got Devonta Freeman autographed, 8x10. And the
Florida State picture.
Prize possession right here, Devin Hester. Signed it as a number 4 Miami. So, sorry guys, it's not for sale. Maybe it is if you offer me something outrageous, I might sell it, maybe. And now let's talk about our giveaways we got. We're at 270 something subscribers on YouTube right now. Get it to 300, we'll give you this little training camp newspaper that you can get there for free. And we got it signed by a few guys, Prince Shimbo, Tyler Starr, Paul Solier, TJ Gates,
Southward, it looks like.
Desmond Southward. So, you know, it's just some cool signatures. Get to 300, we'll do a drawing for this.
Okay, and at 310, we'll give a Rashid Hageman picture of there.
Or Matt Bosher. Both autographed. You can pick.
Do that at 320.
Alright, fine. 310 for that. For the Rashid Hageman. Hold that one up again. It's a Minnesota picture. This is Matt Bosher. And let's go on to 325. Jake Matthews, which is a really nice autograph picture of Texas A&M. I had to print the college guys because at the time that I got them autographed, they hadn't played a game yet in the Falcons uniform, so obviously you can't find a picture of them in the uniform. And we'll let you pick. If you'd rather have the Matt Bosher instead of the Rashid Hageman at 310, then you can have that. But we're gonna hold off the Jake Matthews. I think that's the best out of the three. So we get to 325. That's yours. And I might sell this. This is Jabba Bartu. It's a really good autograph. Really cool picture. So I might throw this in here if you're interested in this. So now let's jump into training camp. You know, it's kind of boring if nobody's ever been there. You know, you're all excited to go, and then when you finally get there, you're just sitting there in the baking sun.
You're just watching practice.
95 degrees. They're all spread out, so there's not like a...
It's not fun until they start scrimmaging.
Right, and there's not a preferred seat, really, because they change the stuff up. Usually, like, right when you walk in, that's where the running backs will go. But the receivers, they're usually in the middle of the field on the opposite side, so you can never really get a close-up on them.
The one-on-one drills are the show.
Yeah. Which usually only lasts about 10 minutes. And then, if you're lucky, they'll scrimmage at the end of practice for like 10 minutes.
But the best part is every food item there is $1. That's
unbeatable.
$1 for a hot dog.
$1 for a hamburger, $1 for a Coke. Somehow I got 2 hamburgers and a Coke for $2 one day. They screwed up.
And it's free. You can go there and take your family, and it's fun.
You know, really, at the end, me and you were just going for autographs. Because at the end of practice, everybody, not everybody, usually a group of guys will sign. Linebackers will sign one day, DBs, quarterbacks, defensive linemen, offensive linemen. So it's pretty random. I got a Roddy White jersey autographed as well. That jersey that I always wore in the videos. I won't be wearing that anymore. It's autographed. I don't have it down here to show you.
You got a Matt Ryan football sign?
I got a Matt Ryan football. You can buy white paneled footballs there for $25, which is a steal, I think. If you go to a sporting goods store, they're $40, $50, and they're not as big, and it's got a Falcons logo on it. I got that somehow. It was really hard to get. The Roddy White jersey was actually easy to get because Julio was signing the same day, so a lot more people went over to Julio. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. I had to go just about every single day to get these pictures because you don't really know who's going to sign on any given day. It's pretty random, but I enjoyed it. I was kind of disappointed that I couldn't go the last couple days and try to get this jersey I just got signed. But there's always...
Yeah, this is his jersey now.
It's always next year. And good news is, I'm not going back to college down there. I transferred to University of North Georgia along with this guy. We're both journalism majors. School started last week. So I'm up here for good. So Falcon Planet will live on and it'll be better than ever. So that's training camp. First preseason game, we go out there and get the W. Great game.
We actually went to that game.
Yeah, we went to that game against the Dolphins. Had great seats. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to Seth for hooking us up. He couldn't be here today, but a lot of fun to see the new guys out there. We finally got our first preseason win the past 2 seasons. Just preseason, but it's always good to get win, for team morale, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan played well. Julio didn't play, but guys like Antone Smith, wow, that guy has a lot of speed.
He only had 5 yards in that game, but he had a couple of big runs that got called back for penalties.
About an 80-yard touchdown run called back for holding. Jake Matthews
and about a 50-yard run called
had a 50-yard runner catch. I can't remember. Called back. So we finished the game, like you said, 5 or 10 yards, but easily could have been 150 yards. Every time he touched the ball, he makes what seems to be like a 2-yard run, a 6-yard run, which is why he will make this final roster for sure. Devontae Freeman had a great game. He's had a very good preseason so far, which I'm sure isn't shocking that many people. The guy's got a lot of talent. Steven Jackson's out for the preseason. Not ruled out to play in next week's game. Not ruled out yet, but you got to see him out there slimming down. Which means, you think we got to carry 4 running backs on this 53-man roster with Steven Jackson, Jaquiz Rogers, Antone Smith, and Devontae Freeman.
I think it's possible. I don't see why they shouldn't have 4 running backs.
The only guy I see that might get the short end of the stick would be Devontae Freeman. Not because of what he can do running the ball, but because he's not that good in pass protection. He gave up a block punt to the Texans. That was all his fault. But the guy makes moves, man. He had a really nice touchdown against the Texans, called back for penalty. And let's talk about that. The penalties this year.
Well,
Outrageous.
there's penalties all over the NFL in the preseason. There's
Right.
just flags. It's raining
The
flags.
NFL is implemented stricter rules defensively.
especially on the corners.
Especially on the corners. If you barely touch a guy, you're getting flagged for it.
Especially the holding past the 5 yards.
Yeah. If you
They're
make
really enforcing
contact
that this
after
year.
if you make contact after 5 yards, you're getting flagged for it, which is kind of stupid in my mind. It's going to make the games take a lot longer to go to complete,
Right.
and it's just not good to watch. Do you really want to see a penalty every 30 seconds? Because I don't.
No.
You're seeing 2 or 3 penalties per drive, and that's not what you want to see. I really hope they're just being a little overly cautious in the preseason, and once the regular season comes around, there won't be.
Maybe they're just kind of warning people. in
basically.
preseason.
That's what I'm hoping.
These are replacement ones.
We did get lit up by the Texans in the second game. Not a pretty game. Sam Baker's out for the year, which is a loss, but in my mind, it's not. Because Sam Baker, I'm thinking, has been the worst transaction by Thomas Dimitroff as a GM for him. They're giving him all that money for what he's done. Not much. He's had a couple, injury-prone years now.
Signed him to what, a 6-year deal?
Something like
that.
5 years, 6-year deal. Gave him way too much money.
Multi-million-dollars.
Not worth it. We get lit up, penalties all over the place. TJ Yates is playing terrible in the preseason. It looks like Sean Winfrey is going to get that second spot, which I'm proud of him because he got hurt last year in the preseason, but he's been in our system for 2 years now. He's learned the playbook,
He was in a really good system.
forwards and
too.
backwards.
He was with
He's
David
got great
Cutcliffe.
size as a quarterback.
Really
so
tall.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Sean Winfrey. Last night's game, we lose the game, but who cares? Our offense played fantastic. Lamar Holmes, I'm giving him the shout out of the game. Fantastic, didn't give up anything. Jake Matthews was kind of shaky. Gave up, a couple more holding calls. Gave up a sack or 2. But you got to remember his transition out from right tackle to left tackle is going to take him a little bit of time. He'll be ready to go for the first game.
He played that in college, so.
Yeah, it'll take him a little bit of time to get used to it, but he'll be fine. Everybody's saying he looks like a 5-year vet out there, which is great to see. Julio made a great play, 52-yard touchdown after the catch. He still says it's a little rusty, which is hard to believe watching him out there last night. He made some great plays out there. Roddy White, being Roddy White, making some great plays, dropping some easy balls. Well, that's Roddy White for you. When it counts, he usually makes the play. Matt Ryan completed, I think, 18 of 23 for 15 yards. Fantastic. 2 touchdowns. Devin Hester now has 2 touchdowns in the preseason. Made Bernard Pollard look stupid on a touchdown last night. Caught a little slant. Juke Bernard Pollard ran right past him for the touchdown to start the game off. Defense looked good as well. I'm really liking what I'm seeing, especially after last night. We got one more preseason game left, and then it's on to the Saints. So, what have you been seeing so far? What do you like? What do you not like?
Well, to go back to the running backs, I think Antoine Smith is going to get a lot of carries this year. And
Which is deserved.
Absolutely, because he's explosive. He never hesitates.
Fastest running back on our team.
He never hesitates. He just gets ahead of steam and goes.
Right.
He doesn't stop.
Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
What will we do with Steven Jackson? What if he comes out and starts sucking after 2 or 3 games?
I think he's going to be all right this year. I don't think he's that bad.
The offensive line seems to be making a lot more holes for our guys to go through, which is great. Our running game has been pretty solid this preseason. A lot better than the past 2 years. Even though we went 13-3, our run game wasn't that great. But it seems like with our new coaches, we're gonna be a pretty solid team this year. We got to give the defense a little break. They're young. The linebackers are young. Prince Shimbo's looking really good. It looks like he might be in competition with Job Barty right now for his starting spot. So preseason, I will give it a B- right now. What would you give it?
I'd give it about the same.
But we've had our ups and downs. Our last game looked really good. We lost. that's just because our backups aren't really that great. They're young. Our first team whipped their butt across the board. We only gave up one bad play, the long touchdown to them, but that's just a communication error. They'll easy fix. So that's really all we got. We don't want to get too in depth. The next video you'll see will be the preview for the Saints. So you better be crunk and turned up for that because I know we will. We're going to put out a lot of good stuff. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kick it over to some of the footage we filmed from training camp, interviewing some people, which was a lot of fun. So make sure you stick around and check that out. And yeah, I can't wait for the season to get started. I'm hoping it's going to be a good year. And yeah, we'll see you in about a week and a half, I guess. So go Falcons.